What are some NSFW life advice everyone should know? If you want to last longer in bed, men, relax your glutes and quads when you feel like you're going to come, and you'll have a much better chance of not doing that and lasting longer. You can notice the next time you're about to come how tense your legs and glutes are. This has helped me immensely in bed. If you have difficulty discussing what kinks you're into, or are going to be embarrassed if you suspect your partner won't be into the same things you are, there are several kink tests you and your partner can take. You both take the test separately and only see what you match on. Find one that is as detailed as you need and that has safeguards against spamming everything to see what the other person is into. You can break your D. Be careful when you're gal on top. Water is the opposite of lube. Don't stick fingers up your lady if you've been cooking with peppers. $10 worth of condoms is cheaper than 18 years of child support. Men, fondle your eggs now and again. Make sure there's no unusual lumps or pain. If there is, do not put it off. Get that it checked out. Source: testicular cancer survivor. Don't have sex on a beach. Sand gets in places where you would never want sand. Wash your belly button, you dirty animal. Pee after you have sex. Never skip on it. If you go on a road trip, even a short one, bring toilet paper. When you've got to it, you've got to it. Thread carefully when it slips out. An unexpected arrival in the other hole is traumatic. Read the bed, not the room in this case. If she's digging it, don't change that. Don't try to do whatever you're doing better. Don't try other things. If it works for her, just go with it. If you're not sure, don't be afraid to ask. That being said, ladies, if a guy asks if he's doing good, don't save his feelings. Let him know it's not enjoyable, and to try something else tell him what he should do. The moment you'll figure out a happy medium, you'll be in the bedroom more than any other room. This isn't really NSFW, but wash your genitals every day. If you think anyone you're sharing a room with won't notice you getting with your partner, you are wrong. They are always awake. Always. Soap makes it sting when you pee. Never go from anal to veal or oral. That's a one-way street. Don't stand on chairs with wheels. Invest in your sex toys. Don't cheap out. Go for silicone, glass, or another non-porous material. Lube up, especially for anal. Guys, get the girl off first. Everything is juicier afterwards, and she will appreciate your skill and thoughtfulness. Make it all about her, and she will probably reciprocate fully. Use condoms on your insitables sex toys. Easier cleanup and protecting your body from the toxic, not great stuff in mainstream toys. Ever wonder why they say novelty use only? Because many cheap out on ingredients and that it can mess you up. Even better, use your expired condoms, since it's less important if they don't function at 100%, and then you aren't throwing them out unused. Don't jerk off with shampoo. It'll feel good for a second, until it gets inside your pisser. For my straight dudes out there, using toys with and on your partners doesn't make you less of a man. You are not in competition with her vibrators. They are tools to bring her to orgasm efficiently and without giving you or her RSI. Batman has a tool for all occasions. Be like Batman. Don't let your partner slam down onto your D after it slips out. You will break your D. If you don't know what to say for dirty talk during sex, follow this formula until you feel comfortable improvising. Say what you're going to do. I'm going to duck you so hard I'm gonna ride that D like it's Disneyland. Say what you're doing. I'm ducking you so hard I'm riding this D like it's the pony I always wanted. Say what you just did. I just ducked you so hard I just rode that D like it was the last train out of town. Or whatever floats your boat. Also, men making noise is hot. Please, moan and groan when we do things you like. It's sexy and helps us figure out which techniques work best on ya. Don't underestimate yourself. Make sure you're always taken care of. Clean cut nails and hair, deodorant, cologne, perfume, and brush your teeth before a date. Minty fresh breath works wonders. It's lower than you think. The clit isn't a speed bag. Also, changing position is a good way to not blow your load while giving yourself a chance to calm down without it being obvious. Shut the duck up and lawyer up. Your words will be used against you. Men, rule 1, don't stick your D in crazy. Women, rule 1, don't let crazy stick its duck in you. Big D does not mean better sex. A lot of times people with smaller Ds are more willing to go above and beyond. Always, and I mean always, masturbate before making a big decision. Post-nut clarity can go a long way in keeping you from doing something stupid. Edit. Spelling. Don't put your finger anywhere you'd be afraid to put your D. Heard that one a lot in the army. You should always carry a condom or two in your wallet, purse, pocket, etc. Aside from the obvious reasons of preventing pregnancy, STDs, etc. If SHTF, they're invaluable, because in a survival situation a condom is perhaps one of the most versatile things in existence. They can be used to store and carry water, as much as a full liter. Light one on fire and it will burn hot enough to ignite wet wood. Just don't breathe the fumes. You can use one instead of cordage to tie things up. Just stretch out and tie a knot. Put your hand in and you have an instant sanitary glove. Put over your foot under the sock to protect blisters or keep a cut from being exposed to the elements. Blow up and use as a float for a fishing hook. Use as a makeshift tourniquet. Put one over your phone or camera or flares or anything else you don't want to get wet. The list goes on. And they're cheap. If you're using your hand to get her off, curl your middle and ring fingers along the roof of her insides in a come here motion. But be sure your fingernails are trimmed. Shower before you have sex. Tiny particles, like glitter, machine owls, and metal slivers, picked up from work can travel to your genitals through your cloths. Source: my partner works in a factory working with metals, and I found the metal bit the hard way. Bleeding off cycle is quite the mood dampener. Least I didn't get a toxic shock reaction. If you think a lady of the night is a cop, ask them to flash you. Cops won't flash you and hookers are gonna blow you for money, so nips ain't it. 2-part advice related to each other. Do not ever feel like you have to perform any sexual act that you are uncomfortable with just because a person is pressuring you. If it's an anxiety you feel comfortable working through with that person, that's fine and requires lots of good communication. But do not budge if it's something that you are against. More importantly, do not be a partner who pressures your significant other into a sexual act that they are uncomfortable with. If you want to communicate with them, find out why they are uncomfortable, and work through it together. Then good, but do not pressure someone. Enthusiastic consent is key for sex. Whether it's a one-night stand or a long-term monogamous non-monogamous relationship, this advice goes regardless of the gender dynamic. I know men who've pressured women. Women who've pressured men. Same gender couples who go through this. etc. Don't think that because you're different you can't fall into this. Be a good partner. Use 2 contraceptives as much as possible. Condom and birth control. If you have no plans in having a child yet. If they aren't legally allowed to consent, leave them alone. You'll never cure a UTI with cranberry juice. You need antibiotics. Go to the doctor before you get a kidney infection or worse. Clench your butt cheeks to make an untimely or inconvenient boner go down quickly. The shape of a woman's labia has absolutely nothing to do with how much sex she has had or whether or not she is a virgin. The only factor is genetics. Labia come in all shapes and sizes. Sometimes they change a bit in early puberty, but it has nothing to do with having sex or touching the area. Same with breasts. Sex does not change them at all. Age, weight, hormones, possibly from medication, and pregnancy can, but not sex. There is no special female hormone released once a woman is sexually active that causes physical changes to her body, other than possibly breaking the hymen if it is still intact. The female body is not changed by sex. Getting older and going through puberty changes a woman's body, not losing her virginity. Virginity isn't a physical thing, it's a concept. You can't lose your virginity without having sex, like from using a tampon. That's ridiculous. Tampons are not pleasurable, either, at all. If you are a woman and you have stopped menstruating, that is, gone through menopause completely, and then at some later date begin to bleed from your V, see your doctor immediately. This can be a sign of cancer, but many women miss it because bleeding from their V is something so common it isn't worth looking into. As a guy, if you got any insecurities, D-size, come too fast, performance anxiety, just know, good pussy eating can make up for essentially all of that. Always keep one leg in your underwear when masturbating. It's so you don't lose them, and you're halfway to getting them back on in a hurry. If you have to defend yourself, use a screwdriver or frying pan instead of a kitchen knife to make sure you are not suspected of anything sinister. Know that you can have an amazing sex session while your partner has the opposite experience. So listen to their body and don't be self-serving during sex. Verbally communicate your likes and dislikes in bed outside of the sex session. Don't put anything in your butt that doesn't have a flared base. There's a lot of room back there, and as you relax you don't want anything to slip all the way inside. That'll be a very awkward ER visit. Guys, try some condoms of different sizes on to see what fits best. Magnums and such are not just for length but also girth. If you have trouble maintaining an erection in condoms, they could just be too tight small. Always pee after sex masturbation. How someone kisses and touches you is probably how they want you to touch them. Someone nibble your ear, they almost certainly want you to nibble theirs. Males, after urinating, push up between your testicles. It will force out any drippage. Just because he doesn't come from a BJ doesn't mean he's not enjoying it. Don't get offended by it. Not all guys can come from one, but it's not like it doesn't feel great. You do not owe anyone sex. I am still learning this. Honestly, you don't owe the girl all over you sex. You don't owe the man who bought you dinner sex. You do not owe anyone sex. Not very NSFW, but never fart in a trench coat. Press the V and clitoris simultaneously to take a screenshot. If you struggle to orgasm as a female, have sex with a full bladder. It makes everything more sensitive inside. 1. Bidets are amazing, not just for basic cleaning, but for a go-to enema. The trick is to figure out the right angle and pressure, and push out as the water hits you as though you're going to. Same tip for opening up your anus if you're going to receive anal sex. BTW, turn off the water, hold it all in, and then push it out. It's super helpful if you have BM issues or just want to feel extra clean. Be careful of being too aggressive with that water pressure though. 2. If you menstruate, please give menstrual cups a try. It might take you a while to find one that fits correctly, and there is a learning curve for insertion and removal, but they can be incredibly comfortable and convenient. They also last a long time and reduce so much waste since you don't have to go through pads, tampons. Additionally, if you want to sanitize them, get those sanitizing bags for baby bottles. You just add a small amount of water in the cup and microwave that bad boy. So much easier than boiling it in a pot of water. Other options like period panties can also be great. Menstrual cups have just worked the best for me. 3. Baby wipes are not just for babies. They're excellent as all-purpose wet naps. Plus they're great for camping or even those nights when you're too damn tired to take a full shower. Swipe one under your pits and through your bits, and you're good for one more day. Ladies, wash the folds of your V. The labia minor and major women do get smegma there. Never beat it using icy hot eye. Cut back on watching porn. I used to watch a lot of porn growing up, and as I became sexually active I found that I became increasingly insecure because I expected to be like the guys in the movies. Not only that, but I became desensitized to nudity and finding arousal in my partners became harder. I'd even lose steam and my erection in the middle of the act, which can make your partner feel undesirable and make you feel inadequate, which only compounds the problem. It took a loving partner and dedication to overcome those barriers. It's tough to cut porn altogether, I know, but cutting back and reducing how much you masturbate goes a long way. If you ever need to put a key into a keyhole in the dark, hold the key so that your thumb runs along the length of the key and the tip of your thumb sticks out a tiny bit past the end of the key. Then you can locate the keyhole by feel and guide the key in easily. This also works for plugging a cable into your guitar without looking. And it also works in other situations. Always hold and comfort partner after sex. And I'm not talking about that weak it of laying on your back and reaching for your phone while your soul lays on your shoulder. I'm talking about chilling together for a while longer after the fact. This is especially true if you're into really kinky and rough stuff, because the drop off of adrenaline after can be real hard without the comforting of the other person. Fun fact, after you have a baby, if you are breastfeeding, when you have sex, you can squirt milk across the room during orgasm. No to sex in a hot tub. And that's not for the pool guy. Wash every bit. If it has a fold, flap, or crack, get it clean. Yep, that means cleaning between the cheeks. And between your toes too. Only in movies is sweaty sex hot. What is hotter is a shower right before. If you can smell it, so can they. Times 10. Hairy guys. Put the sheet over your chest before she lays her head down on it. You try to relax with your face in a husky. Focus on her. You will not be a problem. Unless you are a her too. Can't say how that works exactly. She may need some manual help to get there. It doesn't reflect on your manhood. Edit. So apparently quite a number of folks like the hairy chest. It's more situational than I expected. Never, ever use Nair on your balls. Ever. From experience. Wait, the first person I had sex with hasn't talked to me in 3 years. And for good reason. We were stupid sophomores in high school and we didn't need sex in our relationship. I'd recommend waiting for someone you trust. And sometime when both of you are ready for it. From my brain, wear a ducking condom, boys. Even if she says she prefers without it. There's condoms out there designed to make sex feel good for both of you. And help protect you both from STDs and unwanted pregnancy. Seriously, wear a ducking condom. Don't be silly, wrap your willy. Excessive masturbation using soap as lube can cause D to bleed and skin to peel off. Staring at boobs is like staring at the sun. You can glance at it for a brief second. Heck, maybe you can look for a few seconds. But if you stare too long, something is going to end up hurting. Wash your hands after you masturbate. Don't just keep eating Doritos. Do not have sex in an airplane bathroom. I feel some people might laugh at this, but for those of you who don't know and haven't learned the hard way, do not wear 2 condoms. The friction between the 2 condoms makes them fail much more easily than if you just wear one. Don't breath out when you are about to do a line of coke. Learn how to dance. People that can dance are people that can duck. Rhythm and grace. Poop belongs in the toilet, not the shower.